Mm-hmm. Good morning, chat. Welcome. Will we get 100 viewers? We might. Today's big bullish. We're going to the moon again. Bull or bear, can't make it in my mind. Yeah, you got to do what's best for you, man. If what happens, if what I need to happen happens, we'll go back to like 95, 96, and then we'll just stay there for like 3 months. Now, if it's a bull market, we'll just go right back up. So if you're going to FOMO in, now would be the time, I think, because it's only going to go higher over the next 3 months, I think. Unless there's another move down and then we go up, but I don't think we could go lower from here, even if it is bearish. What's the 200 week at? I think the 200 week is irrelevant now because we broke through it last time, so it's not really going to matter. Is this the bump you talked about? I don't know. I can't say that I know for sure. But what I can say is this. We are actually doing the exact same thing now as 2022. So if we're repeating 2022, we should go up for the next 2 months, which I'm surprised we're doing it so early, but it's never going to be the same exact thing. Like in 2021, you can see the top was in November, but the dominance bottomed in January, or we bottomed in January. If our top was in October, oh, hold on, chat. Our top was in August. November, right? October, November, December. Yeah. They're throwing us a curveball here. Did MicroStrategy top in August? July. Yeah, we might be bullish for a couple months. And then if it goes up and makes a new all-time high, so be it. Biggest bear trap in history. Breaks the 4-year cycle, breaks everything. If not, then we should still get a bounce. But it would be a lower high. And then it's over. Like over. But the nature of crypto is everybody's got to FOMO back in now. That's how it is. You better get in. If you think you're going to FOMO in, you better get it over with early before it goes higher. Not financial advice. Let's hope we get a decent bounce. I'm going to cash out. Yeah. I think the best case scenario for, well, obviously the best case scenario would be just go make a new all-time high, but if we're following the similar path that always happens, we should bounce, but not that hard. I think like 100,000. So we should get to like 100 and change. If we get through 100 and change, then you could start maybe arguing the FOMO is going to kick in, but I mean, you could just sense the FOMO. It's like, holy shit, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like, this is the first green candle in 5 weeks. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I can smell it. It smells like FOMO. Ben thinks could get one more high. Let's see. I'm just here for the ride, man. Whatever happens. But it's just good that we didn't go down, because if we would have went down, there would be no way of knowing where we are. But we're not supposed to go down. Even if it's a bear market, we can't go down. So this is good that we're getting this. Now that I'm looking at the tether dominance, I didn't realize the tether dominance actually topped in August. So it does make sense, because this time the tether dominance topped in November. So this was 84 days. So is this, bro. It's nuts. It's almost the same exact move. Which is why if we bounce, but we don't get over 100,000 by February, it is the same exact move. And I say that openly, as in, it's never going to be the exact same. But we came to the triple top just like we came to the triple top here. So right when we hit the triple top, Bitcoin is sitting on top of the 2-week Gaussian channel, just like it is right now. So if we literally, if we are between 80 and 100K and it's March, to me, you're right here. Now, I hope this is what happens. What I hope doesn't happen is this, where we just consolidate for God. Like, this would be the worst case scenario, because then YouTube is going to shit the bed because nobody wants to watch. You can't do anything because the market's not moving. On the flip side, we only were able to get this because ETH BTC was nuking. ETH BTC didn't do that. From July, ETH BTC went straight down. So if we see Bitcoin going sideways and the altcoins start to bleed, that's also foreshadow. But for now, the Moon Boys win. We're going to let the Moon Boys get the victory, I think, for the next 2 months. And if it ends up going to the moon, then I'm not fucked. I just have to wait another year. But it is what it is. PFP is flying. Yeah, I wanted to buy PFP back at 1,000, but I didn't. Chris for 5 says, I binge watched all your food reviews last night. Did you really? I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. It helps a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna start posting more videos. I already got more videos I have to upload. I think I'm gonna shoot for 2 videos a week. If I can get 2 videos a week, I should be fine. That should work. But I appreciate the 5, man. I appreciate the 5. Helps out a lot. There's no reason this dump can't be the tariff. Can't be like the tariff stock market bottom. Amen, brother. Let's send it. Let's see if we can get back to the high. Invalidate all the bears. Invalidate the bears. Yeah, we really needed to bounce here bad. Holy shit. Dude, like I'm actually I'm not surprised. I'm just glad that we bounced because I'm telling you, man, if we would have went any lower, we wouldn't even know where we are. Even if we go up for a new all-time high, fine, we don't know where we are. But if we don't and it gets stuck, you know this is where you are. Because every time we come to this level, we don't go down until the bottom is in. So it's impossible for us to go down because then the bottom would be coming, and the bottom can't be coming if we just went down, which is why I'm glad it's bouncing. I just hope it doesn't bounce so high to where the FOMO kicks in. Because I think for me, the FOMO would probably kick in at like 104. Whoops. But it's not just about getting to 104. You have to get to 104 fast. You know? Like if it takes 3 months to get back to 104, that's not bullish. Because here, someone said, why can't it be the tariff bottom? It could be if Bitcoin just teleports. Because even off the tariff bottom, Bitcoin teleported. So if 40 days from now we're back at a high, God bless. If 40 days from now we're still at 99,000, that's not good. Because even here, 48 days later, 54 days later, you made a new all-time high. So if we go up for 54 days, you got to make a new high by January. So if it's January and we're still at 93,000, then you're doing this. You know? Which I want to be prepared for that. Like if it is actually the same thing, I would be very shocked. But I'm not going to say it's impossible because look at it. We would get to like maybe even 107. But if it's 107 and it's the end of January, that's different because that's where it's supposed to be before it turns bearish. If it gets over 107 and it's December, then you're fucking really bullish. Like, holy shit, oh my God, oh my God. Even I would say, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But, you know, this is what it is. This is why it's the chop zone. Because then you look at the S&P and it's like, oh my God, it's going to make a new all-time high. And it probably is. It probably will. But even if you look at the S&P in 2021, it made a new all-time high in January, but we were already going down. Right? Oh shit, yeah. If you look at the Bitcoin right here in January and then you look at SPY, SPY made a new all-time high, but we were already bearish. So I'm not going to come on here pretending to be an expert. Like there's many moving parts. That's why you have to manage your risk and take the risks that you want. But for me, the primary difference between now and the tariff bottom is you didn't break the moving average on the tariff bottom. This is now the second candle. We're about to get a second candle below the moving average. That's never, the last time that happened was right here. Again, you got the bounce at the same time. Well, this one was 3 candles, then you got the bounce. So I'm not going to pretend to know exactly what's going to happen. I can only look at what has happened in the past. And every time we've broken this moving average, you bounced. And then it looked like it was bullish. And then from that point, you went straight down. So if we bounce, which we are, the question is it a bull market? Are we going to just blast up out of here? Or is it a bear market and we're going to get stuck? But the thing is, the people that sold are not going to FOMO in until it hits this moving average. Because this moving average is going to be like the ultimate FOMO. Like I said, for me, even I would get FOMO at like 103. But it has to happen fast. Because if it takes 3 months to get to 103, I won't have any FOMO. Because I look at MicroStrategy and I say, dude, this is doing almost verbatim what happened last time. But it's shifted over a month or two, so it's not the exact same. But like I said before, if I actually look at the tether dominance bottomed in November, but this time it bottomed in August. So we actually turned bearish in August, which makes sense because that's when I started losing money, was August. So you could get a nice relief rally here. That's why I think if you're going to FOMO in, you're better off doing it early, because the longer you wait, the more FOMO is going to build and the more risk it gets. But that's the problem, you know? You have to decide what you want to do. You can't decide what you want to do and then change your mind. I mean, you could, but you're going to have to pay the consequences. But for me, it's not FOMO because we had to bounce. In order for me to survive, we needed to bounce. Because I don't know what happens if we go lower. Because I started making a Moonboy chart, but I'm not going to share it this time because it fucking ruined me. But if the Moonboy chart plays out, we would actually turn bearish in March. And then we would crash into June and then bounce heading into August. So it would look something like this, essentially. And then the bottom's in October. And then we start again. Because we had a Moonboy chart in September, but we made a new all-time high slightly after, but barely. And then we went down. So clearly it had changed because we made two new all-time highs with white lines, which never happened. Or I think it happened in the very first bull run. Not this one, but the one before this one. So obviously it's changed. It's not exactly how we wanted it, but like I said, if we just go right up and make a new high, then biggest bear trap in history. Well played. If we don't do that and we're still at 100,000 in March, I think that's the final chance to exit before everything goes to zero. And I'm starting to think that the S&P isn't going to fall. I've kind of had this feeling a little bit. I'm not saying I'm going to be right. I hope I'm wrong. This way it's easier, but I had a feeling that the S&P would do something like this, where the tariff crash was essentially this to an extent. I don't think I could. I mean, it's not going to go to this extreme, but whenever Bitcoin goes to the moving average is when the S&P would come down. Because I think that's what's happening. Again, maybe it's a big bull market. I'm like telling you, go, gather as much information as you can. But I'm only using indicators that are neutral. They don't predict always bearish or always bullish. They were bullish for the last 3 years and they're no longer bullish. That's why for me, I can't really FOMO back in. But if you see something that's bullish, you take a stab at it. I'm not going to tell you not to do anything. This might be the time to send it. We got to send it now, baby. You know how many people sold because of the fucking top? Fake top? Send it up, motherfucker. Sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Foul language. Everybody FOMO in. Even the stock RSI is about to curl up. We're about to get a big rally right now. But this is where the time to strike comes, because if you're bullish, now's the time to FOMO because the stock RSI is on the floor. The thing is, most people will FOMO when it's up here. And every time this market cycle, we've hit the top, the price stopped moving up impulsively. That's why if we come to overbought and we're still in this channel, it's bearish. And you should not. If it is a true bear market, once we create this high off of the oversold RSI, we should not go past that point ever again. which is why this is very important for me to track. Because if it is a bull market, even in 2025, look, once the stock RSI stopped going up, you didn't really go that much higher. The impulsive move was done. This was like fake. Because a lot of altcoins topped in May. That's why if you're going to buy garbage pail coins, you better get in now. Well, I'm not telling you to do that, but when this curls up, that's going to be when you get the relief rally. And if it's a bull market, then this will make a new all-time high. If it's a bear market, it will make a lower high. And then that it shouldn't even get over 100. It shouldn't get over like 106. And that's why I'm saying if it's March and it's 106, it's doing exactly what was supposed to be if it is a bear market. If it's a bull market, then we should just go right up. I don't think there's a reason to overcomplicate it. Like I know other YouTubers or traders and they have all these different signals and waves and whatnot, which is great. You know, they're good traders. I'm not, but I'm not going to overcomplicate it when we're doing everything we've done forever. It's just this time it's more bearish than the previous times. And it looks exactly the same as 2022. But it's never going to be the exact same. Like here, you can see you didn't reach the bottom of the channel, but you still hit a high level on the RSI, and you never left a Gaussian channel. So same thing happened here. You hit overbought, but we never left the channel. So if we leave the channel at 106, you could argue it is bullish. But if it doesn't, and it happens to be March, right when it's supposed to turn bearish, and the stock RSI is up here, where even in the bull market, the price stopped going up, then you have a bear market. So again, I'm just trying to show you what has always happened, not just one example. It looks like same thing for the tether dominance. The tether dominance is about to turn bearish for the short term. So if you're bullish, this will be your time to shine. Your time to shine is coming. But then the question becomes, what about Ben Cohen's chart? Doesn't this other dominance have to come get hit? So it's like bearish anyway. There's like no way around it. But the Moon Boys are about to run wild in the streets of Detroit. I was just talking. What do you mean? Cybercurd for 2 says, you think new all-time high for PFP? I appreciate the 2. Let's see. This is where it's going to get hard for me because there's going to be coins that I wanted to buy and they're just going to pump and I have to look at them. But yeah, look, you broke the 382. So you could say that is bullish as long as it's over the 382. You could say she is bullish over the 382 retracement. Right? If you can get over 26, 34 will be next. Too early to say new all-time high because you're not over the 618 retracement just yet. As you can see here. So I would say if you can get over the 618 retracement, which is up at the 35, then you could probably look for a new all-time high. But for now, if you want to say short-term bullish, you could because you're over the 382. Or if you want to sell, it's totally up to you. It doesn't matter to me. But at any time, you got to stay over to 382, which is 21 and 18. So a move below 18 would confirm the top, and it goes back to the low. DC Woodworks for 2 says if it does go up, they shook a lot of people out. I appreciate the 2. Yeah, I would argue if we went up and made a new all-time high, it would be the biggest bear trap in history. It wouldn't be by percentage, but it would be by structure because we broke every single bull market structure there is. Like, yeah, you'll have people say, look, there's a trend line, but you could draw a trend line from 3,000 and say, yeah, look, we're still bullish. You know, like there's people that'll say we could go to 50K and still be bullish. Those people are out there. So, so I would think if we did make a new all-time high from here, you did just have the biggest bear trap in history because we broke all bull market structure. You have every macro indicator that always says it's a bear market saying it's a bear market. So if we went up anyway, we're going up. It's just going up to make a lower high or a new all-time high. If we went up and made a new all-time high, this would be the biggest bear trap in history. Because every time we've come to this level on all neutral indicators, it's been a bear market. So if we did go up and make a new high, I think it would be the biggest bear trap in history. Personally. But that doesn't mean you can't make money if it bounces up. It's just the thing is, these coins are going to have big retracements, and you're going to say, oh my God, oh my God. But you have to look at how much they have fallen. Like FWOG, for example. If you're a trader, then you're going to make money regardless. But if you're hodling FWOG, you're not going to get your money back unless it goes vertical. Like, yeah, you can say, holy shit, FWOG is up 50%, and it is, but it's down from last week. It's down 30%. So if you're trading, you're going to make a lot of money, but if you're just hodling, you know, it's almost like you need a new all-time high, or this coin will never go back up. But this coin has been going down since May, arguably more recently September. So is it out of the ordinary for it to go back up to 20 and then continue lower? No. If you time the bottom, it's a 3x. But that's exactly what we did the whole bull run anyway. It's just time the bottom. I don't want to time the bottom anymore. It's stupid. I want to just buy in and hold. And if I have to buy in and check my phone every 10 minutes, then I don't even want to be bothered because I ended up with nothing anyway. So what's the point? That's why for me, I'm not going to sit here FOMOing in. And then if we come to March and it's stuck, it's like, yeah, you could just buy and then sell in March. But then what if the coin that I buy doesn't go up? Like, I think MOG just made another low today. It's just, there's just so many fucking moving parts. Like, oh, well, you bought the wrong coin even though you got the bounce. See, MOG just made a new low this morning. So you could probably just trade Bitcoin, which you could. But then you're trading, then you're not hodling. So then you don't care if it's bullish or bearish, which I don't. Ideally, it would just be bearish. This way we could just get it over with. But even if it is bearish, we still have to go up. Which is why I am glad that it is going up. I am. I just hope it doesn't go too high. Ideally, for me, I would like to see it not get over 100,000. Then I wouldn't feel FOMO at all. If we get over 100,000, I'll feel a little bit of FOMO. But if it's February and we're still not over 100,000, then there's no FOMO at all. It's actually FOMO to the downside because then you kind of know we're going down. But everything points to 100K. I'm not saying it's going there. But if we're following the traditional market cycle, it should go back to 100K or at least 98K. Yeah, there's no futures gap either, so you could just go up. Everyone thinks it's a bear market because of the moving average. I don't think everyone thinks it's a bear market. 50% of the people, I think 50% of people in general don't think it's a bear market. I'm just saying for me, when every single metric that says it's a bull market doesn't say it's a bull market and every single coin is going to zero, that's not a bull market. But that doesn't mean you can't have a big bounce. So the thing is, people are going to make money on the big bounce and then they're not going to sell because it's like, fuck you, we're going to the moon. And I'm one of those people, so I'd rather just not play at all. Because I'm looking at it from this perspective. For me, I'm not like rooting for either thing. Honestly, I don't. Do I have a bias? Realistically, no. Because if we go back up and make a new all-time high, then I'll just put my money in some shitcoin that didn't go up yet. It's not that hard. When we were back here in April, Bitcoin was up here and there were still coins taking a shit. So if we go up and make a new all-time high, I'll be like, all right, fuck it. I'm getting back into the moon boy. But if we don't and we get stuck, yeah, I didn't make any money on the bounce, but we know where it's going, so I can do something different. I could try and take some kind of trade, yeah? But I don't think this is bullish. It has to go through. Because if we come up here and then we start rolling over, this is the path that needs to happen, even if it is a bear market. We can't go any lower than right now. I mean, I say that as far as if the blueprint that the market always uses is going to hold, which we could assume that it is because the top was exactly where everyone wanted it to be, assuming it's a bear market. If we go up and make a new all-time high, so be it. Biggest bear trap in history, and so be it. I can't predict that. But if we don't make a new all-time high and we get stuck, then we're doing the exact same thing that we always do, which means from February, March, all the way down to June, we should go straight down. And if that happens, then the bottom would be in October and the bull run would start in January. Then you're all the way back to here. But I don't think it's going to be this fast. I think this is going to be longer because you had a moon boy signal here. But our moon boy signal is pushed back to July this time. Just like in 2018. You see how in 2018 the market rallied until July, but it didn't start rallying until March. So if the bottom is in October, I don't think the rally starts until February. And then obviously if it's a bull run, then we're about to go up. Either way, by January, you'll know. Like if you're unconvinced, you'll know by January. Because it's still November, it's not December. So January is 60 days away. If it's a bull market, we'll make a new all-time high by January or sometime in January. If it's a bear market, you'll probably get stuck at 103,000. But either way, the moon boys are going to win for the next couple of weeks or months. Oh, this is not bullish yet, only a very small bounce. Well, the thing is, the stock RSI is bearish, but it's not bearish, it's oversold. So if you were going to be bullish, this would be the period, like over the next couple of weeks. Now, if there is no bounce and it just makes another low, then everyone loses because it's like, well, what the fuck? Well, where are we? You know, like that would be the problem. If we made another low, then I have no idea what's going on. Which is bad because then I don't know what to do as far as how can I get my money. We're assuming that even if it is a bear market, we're still bullish because every time we come to where we are, it is bullish, even in a bear market, which is why it's good that we're bouncing. The problem comes if the bounce fails and we go make a new low, then it's a bear market, but we don't know where we are because that never happened before. So the argument is people were able to predict the top, assuming it's the top. So that means they'll be able to predict where the next move down is, which is what this chart is. But if it's not a bear market, then no one was able to predict the top, and then we don't know where the fuck we are, but it's not going to matter because it's a bull market. And if it's a bull market, the dominance can top, and I can put my money in shitcoins, and I'll get all my money back. It doesn't really, like, it's not so, for me, it's not like somebody puts my head in a guillotine if we go up and make a new all-time high. I just put my money back in, you know? Like, I have a list with 1,000 coins. The tough part now for me and a lot of other people is don't get chopped up. You know, that's the obstacle that some people face. So we'll know by January if it's stuck, it's bearish. If it's up at a new high, congrats to the Moon Boys. That's all you can really say. Mm, 220 viewers. That's what's up, chat. This guy comes in here every day just spamming, man. If you bought half, at least you won't feel left out. Yeah, I don't get those emotions anymore. Left out. I have a watch list with a shit you not 500 coins. So, and not to mention, even APU did what I wanted it to do. I just didn't buy it. Remember, we literally said it's going to go like this all the way down to 3 and then get a big bounce. Like, that's what this is. It literally went to 37 and now it's bouncing. But that doesn't mean it's going to go like this. You could just be bouncing, which technically, yes, I should have bought these coins to get the bounce, but I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. I'll find a way, don't worry. But even then, you're trading. And if I were going to trade, then I would just buy at support and sell at resistance. So why do I need a bull market for that? You know? The whole point of it being a crypto bull market is so you can buy in and hold. By the time, dude, listen, look at how low Hoppy is, man. So if Bitcoin makes a new all-time high, you don't think I could just buy Hoppy here? And say, all right, to the moon. Like, yeah, I could buy it here, but what if I buy it here and then it goes like this? Then I have to cut it again. But you shouldn't have to do that if it's a bull market. You should be able to just buy in and hold it. But if I have to constantly check it every 10 minutes, yo, is this shit rugging? Then it's not bullish, it's a retracement, which is what the argument is. It's a retracement. And if it's a bear market, then I could just do something at here. It's you're trading, and I'm not a trader. So that's why for me, I would rather take the risk of it breaking an all-time high and then buying Hoppy at 12 or 16 than buying it at 7, watching it go to 10, getting stuck. Bitcoin's at 105K, and I'm like, well, shit, what do I do? Because when you're there, you're faced with the same problem. If I sell it and it goes, then I sold it. That's the same thing as me waiting for it to buy. I'm leaving like a couple $1,000s on the table. But that's for me. Everyone's got a different plan. You know, some people have to buy the bottom, and I was that guy for the longest time. But these coins don't have bottoms, so that's where my downfall was. But some people are about to do very well. There's no question. Some people are about to get chopped the fuck up. I know I'm the person that gets chopped up, so I'd rather do nothing and watch. Even Bobo. If Bitcoin makes a new all-time high, Bobo will probably go back to where it was here. Even if Bobo does a 2x, it's still lower than it was before we started going down. There's so many coins. And if it's a real bull run, then all of them will just leave together. Then I'll just have to pick something that didn't leave yet. Or I'll just look for coins that just came out. There's a million ways to make money. So the tough part for some people is the FOMO. What is your plan? Like even this coin, look at this. If you look at this coin, you say, oh my gosh, this thing is up 200%. But if you didn't sell it at any time, you're still underwater. But Yeah, the Moon Boys are going to do very well, I think, for the next couple of weeks. Marco for 2 says, will Filecoin ever go back up? I appreciate the 2. Well, listen, if it's the biggest alt season, if it's the biggest bull run in history, sorry, if it's the biggest bear trap in history, then Filecoin will let's see. You know, if we get a big giant alt season, it's unpredictable for what can happen. But for something like this, I mean, the fact that we had a full bull run and this coin just made another low, I don't know if it's ever going back up there, honestly. I think you can assume bull market or not, as long as Filecoin is below 360, sorry, 380, is bearish. Because again, Bitcoin was 15,000 here, and now it's 90,000, and this coin is here. So it's like if Bitcoin goes to 60,000, this coin's going to be down here. So I would say probably not. I think Filecoin probably doesn't go back to the high. But if you can get an alt season, right, biggest bear trap ever, and you get over 380, then I would say big move up to 750 is next. And if you can get over 750, to the moon. But as long as it's below 380, it's bearish, in my opinion. This guy's name is Felix, I think. Potential for AVAX and full bull run. You guys just want full alt season? Are we back, chat? I think the Moon Boys are back right now. You guys are just full blown. You guys are full blown mania mode, yeah? Let's do it. I think if we get the biggest alt season ever, you could probably see AVAX get to $300. I think 300 to 400 is fair. But again, even Bitcoin went from 15,000 to 100,000, and this price has made lower lows and lower highs. But again, even this coin suggests it's time to bounce. So everything says a bounce is about to come. The question is, how high is the bounce? You know? And for me, if AVAX makes another bounce, but it gets stuck at $24, that's bearish. So we'll say a bounce is coming. If AVAX gets rejected at 1830, it's bearish. If you can get over 1830 and pump up to 24, it's bearish. And if you can get over 24, it should hit the top of the channel. But every time AVAX pumps, we top out. So you could keep an eye on AVAX. Every time this thing tops, we top. So if we get the big giant alt season, then I think 300 to 400. If it's a bear market, then it shouldn't get over $25. But I appreciate the 2, man. DJ for 2 says, I have Doge from 2021, bought it at 4.5. I appreciate the 2. Yeah, I mean, listen, if we go back into full Moon Boy mania, we can bring back dollar Dogecoin. Nobody will even notice. So the price to break for Doge is 43 cents and 27 cents. If Doge pops up to 27 cents and gets stuck, that was your last chance to exit before it goes back to 5 cents. If we get over 26 cents, then I would say to the moon. We're back at 80 cents. Again, listen, if it's the biggest bear trap in NBA history, then you'll probably see Doge get over 27 cents, maybe even 42 cents. So you're doing good right now for holding. You should get a chance to get out. Even if it is bearish. I appreciate it too. Demon for 2 says, I want to FOMO my last 1,000 on Turbo. I appreciate it too. Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, if you guys think you're going to FOMO in, now would be the time to do it and not after it bounces 50%. So if you think you're going to FOMO in, I'm not telling you to FOMO in. I'm just saying that if you think you're prone to FOMOing in, now would be the time to FOMO in. Because what's going to happen is, let's assume it's bearish. You don't FOMO in. Turbo is going to hit 20. Then you're going to FOMO in. And then it's going to go down. So at least if you FOMO in now, you can not FOMO in at the top. And then if it breaks through, you're already in. But if you don't, again, everyone has a different plan. You can't listen to what one person is doing because one plan doesn't work for everyone. So if Turbo bounces up to 17 and gets stuck, it's still bearish. If it bounces up to 20, it gets stuck, it's still bearish. If it gets over 20, the bottom is in and it's going to the moon. That's why it's up to you if you want to FOMO in or not. Ryan for 2 says, what if the 4-year cycle is still intact, top in December? I appreciate the 2. Listen, it's not impossible. I would agree with you. If we teleport out of here and we make a new all-time high, then it was the biggest bear trap. That's why I'm saying if we just launch up, they fooled everyone who was bearish. But if it doesn't just launch up and it just chops around and it's January and we're still at 99,000, you know, like what would you say to that? Because I learned my lesson to stop saying shit's impossible, right? But you also have to look at what is probable. And if it's December or January and we're at 104, 105,000, it's like, all right, shit, you got a chance. But if it's December or January and we're still at 95,000, it's like, well, shit. That's what happened here. Like, yeah, it wasn't December, but it was January. And the top was in November this time. This one is October. So if anything, it would be shifted over to the left. So if it's January and we're still below 100,000, you are kind of in here. But I would agree with the Moon Boys. If we just rocket launch out of here, it is very bullish. Especially because everyone who's bearish got out. Or is shorting. But I'm not going to FOMO in when even the bears were arguing. Well, I don't know what other people are saying. But like, even if it's a bear market, we have to go up. We must go up. Never in NBA history have you ever broken this channel on the first try. The second try, bear market. Well, here you broke it on the first try, but you were 7 months into the bear market. Here you bounced off of it, which is what is happening now. But I appreciate the 2 from Mr. Ryan Cohen. That's the GameStop guy, right? That's the same name. This guy's finally getting banned. Actually, no, I'm just gonna keep timing him. I'm just gonna keep timing him out so he never leaves. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing that. I think I'm gonna stop banning people. But I'm just gonna time them out for 24 hours. This way they keep coming back. You know? It's a good business decision. Instead of banning someone, you know they're coming back. So just time them out. Busy or Subway for 5 says she left, man, worst year ever. Yeah, it was definitely the worst year for me as well. But you're still young, man. You'll bounce back. I know you don't think you will, but time, I don't know if time heals all wounds, but you'll recover. I appreciate the 5, man. We'll be here every day if you need someone to therapize. I'm going to make a word, therapize, with. Joseph for 2 says, I trust in Elliott wave chart, still wave 4. I appreciate the 2. I mean, listen, I'm not here to convince anyone, you know? Maybe we are still bullish. I don't know how to do Elliott wave, so I'm not going to pretend to. What, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th wave is still in? I'm not sure. The Ethereum one is more believable because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's no 5th wave. That is more believable. Yeah. So I'm not exactly sure how to do Elliott wave for Bitcoin because I don't know, unless you're saying this is wave 1, 2, 3. This can't be possible because wave 3 is shorter than wave 1 And wave 3 is the longest. So I'm not Elliott wave guy, I don't know. But I appreciate the 2. You send me 2 on base. Can you look at Monad? I appreciate the 2. Monad. Monad on base. I'm assuming it's this. Let's just use deck screener. Why not? I'm assuming Monad on base, right? Is that what you said? I don't see a Monad on base. I only see a Monad on Solana. Or what is this? It's a Coinbase coin? Gotcha. Yeah, how do you spell it? How do you spell it? Monad. Yeah, I don't see it. Can you give me the 4 letters that pop up when you click on it? So I can pull it up on the screen. Ticker is Mon. I don't see it on Coinbase, but we can use HTX. Is it 1 cent? Is this the right one? Just let me know. Pretty sure this is the right one. Just went live today on Coinbase. Is it 1 cent? It's 3 cents. We shall search. Here it is. So this is the full chart. This isn't the chart that you see on Coinbase. So I would say that if you can get over 2.7, it should be bullish. As long as you're over 2.7, it is bullish. And the rally should be to 3.8. So even if it comes up to 3.8, it is still considered bearish. However, if you can get over 3.8, it should be bullish up to 6.7. So it's up to you if you want to hold it, but if it ever falls below 2.7, it is bearish again. But right now, it looks like you're in the middle of no man's land, which again, in the macro standpoint, below 3.8 is bearish. So if you get over 3.8, then it should go to the moon. If not, then down is the only place it can go. It has been getting accumulated for months, so you do have a chance, but you got accumulated for months here too, and then it spiked up and then went down. So if you can't get over 38, it is bearish. Bottom is in, new era. Yeah, I feel like I should make a new poll. I feel like the Moon Boys are back. The Moon Boys are fucking back, baby. Pippin started moving. I think I saw that the other day. Wow, this guy's eating good. This guy's eating Thanksgiving early. He's making green beans with corn. Well, I don't know what that is. Mighty Man's eating good. Mighty Man's eating good tonight. Moon Boys are back in town. Yeah, I feel like the chat is not I feel like the poll is not symbolic of what the chat feels. Make sure you guys get your votes in. Make sure you guys get your votes in. Wait until SPY makes a new high, then the real FOMO is gonna come in. All the gay bears. It's just so funny to say. It's so brain rot. That's what they say on Twitter. The ETH chart's missing a fifth wave. Yeah, that's the bull argument. It's missing a fifth wave. Unless this entire bull market was corrective. Yeah, but look at this accumulation for Ethereum, man. It's been the same price against SPY for 3 years now. I don't know, Chad. We might be FOMO and we might be ripping to new all-time highs. What do you think? We back? Yeah, 64% says yes, we're back, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All the coins look the same, 10 to 50% bounces on all the Solana coins. Yeah, but the Solana coins have been doing that for 3 years already. That's the problem. MicroStrategy is already back at 177. It's just not even going up. That's not good. Kiddo for 15. I appreciate that, man. No words. I appreciate the 10. There's no words attached. I appreciate the 10. You gonna say something? Isn't it sick that it's 88K and now it's to the moon when last week it was 88K and the knots were in our stomach? That's why the Moon Boy Hopium is deadly, man. It is fucking deadly. There's one. Oh, yeah, I didn't see it because cause it's yellow. Yeah, you you put the fingers crossed. I appreciate the 10, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, kiddo, because I like you. Well, I like all my viewers, but if Bitcoin is still below 100,000 by Valentine's Day or St. Patrick's Day, you got to get out. All right? Because I need you to survive so you can send me super chats. Let's give each other, like, let's not pick a side and say it has to be bullish, it has to be bearish, because those people are fucking morons. All right? I don't care which way it goes. Like, genuinely, I don't. If it goes up and it goes to new all-time high, my YouTube channel will blast off and I'll get so much money from ad revenue. If we go into a bear market, then I'll have money ready to go and I'll make a play. If we go up to a new all-time high, I'll throw my money in shit coins and I'll get my money back. If we go into a bear market, I'm not going to get my money back for a long, long time, but at least I won't have to lose any more money. So I don't care which way it goes. So let's look at it from a neutral perspective. If I were a moon boy, and let's use data. Let's not use, well, it could do this because I said so. Every single time we've come down here, we have bottomed at the super trend, at the moving average, at the Gaussian channel, whatever. All of that shit is broken. So if you don't want to use indicators and say indicators never worked anyway, even though they worked the whole bull run, fine. I agree with you. Just throw the shit out the window. If you look at historically when Bitcoin bottoms, you could say from this low here, we made a new all-time high 40 days later. If you want to say from this low here, we made a new all-time high 48 days, maybe 58 days later. If you want to measure it from here, I don't know if I can do that because 88 days from now is going to be February. So it's like, would you still be bullish if we still didn't make a new all-time high by February? Maybe if it's up here, you're right. But chat, can we all agree that if it's still at 90,000 in February, it's probably not going back up? And I'm not trying to be like a perma bear. Like, I don't care. I hope it goes up so you guys get rich and I get super chats. But I also don't want it to get stuck and then nobody sells and then we go into the shadow realm and then you guys can't send me super chats. So like, what could we agree on as a community to where if this happens, it's not going back up? Like, where would we have to be? Which is what I've been saying in the past couple of videos. I think personally, if it is a bear market, we have to stay in this peanut gallery. Bitcoin can't get above 89K. Brother, we're about to get over 89K today. You can't use your emotions. That's what I'm saying. You can't use your emotions. You have to use the data on the chart. There's a very high chance we get over 90,000. Very high chance. So if we're what price at what date? I think if it's a bull market, we're just going to go right back up. Why? Because that's what's been happening this whole bull run. Like you have the momentum. This is your chance. Like the stock RSI on the 8-day time frame is a bar. It's flat. Never in history has it been flat like this. No, I lied. September of 2014. I think that was a bear market. Yeah, well, we don't care about data. But like you can't be bearish when you see this. I mean, it is bearish, but it's only a matter of time before it goes like this. But that's what we said in September, and it fucking made a little dinky ass move. So that's why I'm saying if you're going to be bullish, now is the time because it's about to turn bullish. But if we're up here and the price didn't make a new all-time high, it's not bullish, just like back here. That's what I'm saying. So that's why, for me, it is bullish now. But if we don't get over a certain price by a certain time, it's not that I'm setting the time because I feel like picking a time. It's because if you don't make it in the specific time frame, it turns bearish again, even in a bull market. That's why, for me, I keep saying March because that's what it looks like it's going to be. Because the weekly stock RSI is about to turn up. And if you look at where these are, they're pretty far apart from each other. This one's actually January, but I don't think January is enough time. But maybe it is January. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm not just picking random ass shit. I'm trying to use what the market has done. And every single time this bull run, we've gone from oversold to overbought. That was the impulsive move. So if we're at overbought and we're still not over the high, you're not in a bull market anymore. Because every single time this market cycle, you've gone from oversold to overbought, you made a new high. So if it doesn't happen, the trend has changed. Unless you just don't care, then you don't give a shit. Then there's nothing I can say. But ever since the bottom, every time we've gone up, the stock RSI was oversold, overbought. So if it's overbought and we don't make a new all-time high, you know it's a bear market. So can we agree on that at least? Yeah. Again, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm showing you what has always happened. Even here, you can see you hit oversold, you hit overbought, bullish. So if we're overbought in March or February and it's still not over the high, then you're right here. Because you were overbought, you didn't make a new high. Even last cycle, every time it hit overbought, you hit another high. The first time you didn't, straight down. The Moon Boys are going to make some money right now. They are. You guys are going to make so much money. Now, if you sell or not, that's up to you. But good luck. Ali Salah for 2 says, what's a good exit for chill guy? Jagger for 2 says, for all you guys, bears, ass play is imminent. I appreciate it too. I appreciate it too. Chain link to $64. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Ali Sawa for 2 says, what's a good exit for chill guy? Let's see. Chill guy. Well, it depends. Are you a moon boy or are you just trading? If you're looking for the biggest alt season of all time, I think if chill guy can get over 31, you should get a pretty big move. If it's bearish, it shouldn't get over 31. So it's up to you if you want to gamble for the move up to 30. That's a decent bounce. Actually, that's almost a 2x off the low. Oh, it is a 2x off the low. Yeah, but see, I'm not going to get excited for that. Even though I would love a 2x. You're trading. If I were going to trade, I would just trade stock market or I would trade whatever. The whole point of me doing crypto is like a buy and hold, not stare at the chart for every 5 minutes. That's why I'm done with this nonsense. But if it ends up getting over 31, then you could say, okay, a rally up to 5. Now, in my opinion, I don't think Chill Guy would get over 5 unless the price of Bitcoin made a new all-time high. So if we made a new all-time high, then you'd get over 51 and go to the moon. But if Bitcoin gets slammed, then Chill Guy would get slammed at 32. And if it never gets up there and the bounce is fake and everything goes back to 0, then good luck. I appreciate it too. The Hopium is running hard today. Yeah, the Moon Boys are running wild. Yeah, but we knew this was going to happen. And it's not a bad thing. I'm a Moon Boy myself. I do better when the market is bullish. Look at all the fucking bogeys in here today. 300 Moon Boys running wild, baby. This is going to be good for me. This is going to be good for me. If we're bullish January, February, March, there's actually a window I could turn my life around here. Because all the little lammies come in here. And then we have the signals to watch. The market lets you know it's bearish before it's bearish. We saw it was bearish, we just ignored it. Like, I'm never going to forgive myself unless I fix this. But my coins looked so bearish, and I said to myself, Jesus, that's so bearish. But I didn't sell because I'm a moon boy, you know? And of course, they went down by 80%. So the altcoins actually bleed before Bitcoin does. Same thing with MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy was taking his shit before Bitcoin even did anything. So it's like, you kind of get a little bit of hints, like, why is this coin so bearish? You know? Even Jasmy. Jasmy was bearish since August. So there's going to be plenty of hints, but for now, the Moon Boys win. The Moon Boys win again. To the moon, motherfucker. Somebody said this is a higher low, so it's bullish. That's the shit I need to see, baby. Let the hopium flow through my veins. To the moon. We're gonna be bullish all of 2026. Trump is president. Yo, plus don't forget the stimulus checks, man. HNT is up 30%. Dude, we're about to go nuts. We're about to fuck. Yo, this fucking shit's going to the moon. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Let me call my grandpa. Yo, Gramps, you see this shit? Yo, Hitter. What up, Hitter? You see this shit, Hitter? Yo, look at that shit. Look at this fucking guy. Opium overload. Opium overload. You like the thumbnails? Yeah, I used Grok to make them. Dude, we got 300 lambs in the chat. You guys are acting like I want it to be bearish. There's 300 people in my chat right now. Of course I want it to be a bull market. If you guys could take the time and subscribe to my food channel, we're going to be posting 2 videos a week, please. Let's try and get to 530 subs. Come on, chat. I'm shilling my links. All the little lambs. 300 lambs. The bull run is back. Holy shit. Get your subs in, please. New Taco Bell video twice a week. Holy shit. 300 viewers in the chat. Holy shit. Or is it glitched? Where did my viewers go? What happened? Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. I like saying that now. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. Bearish divergence on the 1 hour. That doesn't mean anything, though. That doesn't mean shit. Send it up. We care about crypto, not the food channel. Shut your fat mouth, big boy. If you got a 100x... Nah, I'm just kidding. Yo, big boy, you better watch your mouth, son. Don't think you have a voice in my chat just because you've been here. You want to run your fat mouth? I'll put you in fat boy timeout. Oh yeah, you did. You said man got disrespectful since the last time I watched you. You're right. Sit down, shut your mouth, and enjoy the ride the rock's about to take you on. Or take your fat ass in someone else's stream. How about that? Fat boy. How far along are you in watch hours? I'm not even close, dude. I'm not even close. Monad is mooning. Is it? Isn't that the guy? Oh no, that was Murad. How do I spell Monad? It was on Bybit, right? Yeah, it's through, baby. Let it ride. Yo, if she can get over 37, it could run hard. But listen, if it gets to 37 and you see it get stuck, don't FOMO. Because you can hit 37 and then rug. All right? If it hits 37, you have to make a decision. I can't come on here pretending I know what's going to happen. All right? But the 382 retracement is usually where things get rejected. So if it hits 32, sorry, if it hits 38, you got to make a decision. Do you want to sell or not? I don't even know. I don't even see why it's getting stuck here. Maybe my fib is off. Could it be this? No, even that. I honestly don't see why it's getting stuck. Maybe it's this, but I don't know. You know? Maybe it's 34. It could, my fib could be off. I mean, I do got to get a little bit of slack. I mean, this thing has wicks all over the place. It's like just little arm hairs everywhere. But generally, it should hit 38, I think. If it doesn't, then it's bearish. And if it falls below 27, it's bearish. There, I cover my butt. You're right, I am a fat boy, but I'm proud of it. Yeah, I'm a fat boy too. But I will say I went to the gym today and like I can see the potential. I haven't seen potential in my body in over 2 years. 2.5 years. So I think I'll be all right. If I lose 10 more pounds, I think I'll be all right. Because like I know how to make money. The money will come back to me at some point, but being fat is just, I've always been fat, man. I've been fat for 99% of my life. That's sad. So I'll have my own little bull run. My own little life bull run. I'll get the money back at some point. Whether it's next year, the year after that, the year after that, who knows? But I'll get it back. BTC dominance is going down hard. Is it really? It's going down hard? Holy shit. Yo, we might, dude. Yo, we might be back, dude. We might be back, actually. The only thing that's worrisome to me is if the dominance doesn't go up and we go down. Because if we go down and the dominance goes down, then you're recreating 2022 to the T. Because the dominance went down while Bitcoin went down. And then when Bitcoin went up, the dominance went up. And we just sat through that shitty ass bull run. So for me, I need the dominance to go down if we get old season. If the dominance goes down and we go down, then we're going to set up for another shitty bull run. Which is not good. So if you're a moon boy, you only want this going down if Bitcoin goes back to the high. The weekly candle is red. What, for the dominance? Yeah, we're about to get old season, man. I can smell it. I mean, just look at this chart, dude. It's about to hit. It's about to hit, bro. Doesn't that feel so good? By the end of Christmas, just get out. Bear market next year, just as usual. Didn't altcoins pop off after Bitcoin took a shit a few years ago? Yeah, we could get alt season, bro. I'm not telling you not to buy in. You gotta do what's best for you. I never said don't. I never said to not buy in. We're making the case that it's bullish right now. You can't be a gay bear when the stock RSI is about to go up. No offense, not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just a brain rot saying from Twitter. I don't actually follow that rubbish, but all I'm saying is if it's March and we're still below 100,000, you're all gonna want to be a little tricks, little Fruit Loop bear, Fruity bear. I already read that. When the PPI and CPI reports this week, do we? It has to be. It's been a rough year for us. Could be, man. Buckle up. Get ready for old season, baby. Look at the dominance on the 6-month chart. That doesn't actually help our case. Because how do you know it doesn't do this? Yeah, this doesn't help us. We only want bullish hopium. That's a little more bullish. That's more up my alley. Yeah, we're good. Trump said he's going to China in April. Can we find a bullish candle or like, ooh, that's bullish. Chad, if you're gonna FOMO in, you don't want to miss the old season, brother. You see how easy it is? I can make you guys FOMO in. Look at that shit. You're about to fade the biggest old season in history. All the gay bears sold. Demon for 2 says Fartcoin, put in my last 500 on Solana. I appreciate the 2. Fartcoin, USD. Yeah, she could run hard. Where's the candle? What the fuck is that? Sorry, my foul language is out of control today. Yeah, I mean, listen, if we get a real big alt season, like the chat is saying, Fartcoin could be a big winner. It's actually one of the more bullish charts, too. It made a perfect double box. Yeah, it even came to my box. Fartcoin's got a perfect double bottom. So if you're going to gamble, now would be the time to do so. But listen, if you think it's alt season, you got to be prepared that you could roll over from this channel. All right, I don't know if it's alt season or not. But every time we come to the top of this channel, it rolls over. So if you want to FOMO in, I'm not telling you to FOMO in. I'm not telling you to sell. You got to talk that over with your accountant, who's not me. But I would say if Fartcoin gets over 35, the bottom is in and we're going up to 50 cents. And then if she gets over 50 cents, it's all season, baby. Send it up. I appreciate the two. This is wave 3 now. QE starts December, wave 4, then massive blow off top summer of 2026. You're looking for a top in summer of 2026? Yo, you guys are that bullish, huh? Let's go, baby. Send that shit. I win either way, man. Imagine Doge goes to $1 and I get 10,000 viewers in the chat. He likes hot dogs. Yeah, hot dogs are good. They're just not really healthy. Probably one of the worst things you can eat. I appreciate the two. Just curious, does the RSI work on the dominance? I don't think so. Speaking of the RSI, where are we? We're not oversold anymore. Yeah, we are not oversold anymore. Dude, we need this bounce. I said this yesterday. You know why? Because look, yeah, here's another bull argument. Look, bottom was in, bottom was in, bottom's in, chat. You better get the fuck in there before the market leaves you in the dust. No, I'm just kidding. You know why? Because this wasn't even the bottom. June wasn't the bottom. You know why I think this isn't going to work anymore the way that it used to? Because the RSI has been bearish since March of 2024. So the RSI is already oversold. But this is why I also think it's something to pay attention to. Because the RSI hit the low here, but this was not the bottom. So that means the bottom is shifting. So the next one would be the bottom. But we can't get oversold if it's already oversold. So we have to go up. And if you look at the trend, you can see that in 2018 you did this. Last time you did this. And we're already doing it, but we're already oversold now. So we have to bounce. And then we go in for the bottom. But the thing is, last time the RSI wasn't the bottom. So it's possible that this is not the bottom either. But it should hit oversold one more time. And then obviously if it's a bull market, then we're going to the moon and to the moon, baby. We're going to the moon. I actually haven't been looking at the RSI. I don't really look at it anymore. We broke the middle line. Yeah, but dude, that's another thing. Look, we just broke the middle line for the first time since 2023. And the last time that happened was again January of 2022. It's almost like everything says we're in January of 2022. Yo, we're ripping, chat. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. You sent me $2. Can you scroll through Monad deck screener, please? Just scroll through the meme coins on Monad. Oh, it's an actual chain? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's an actual coin. Yeah, this could be a big winner. I see what you're saying. Yeah, they have their whole little shit stain ecosystem. Yeah, but there's no liquidity. Yeah, there's zero liquidity, bro. The people in the chat, we could put more liquidity in here. This is no good. I mean, I like the idea, but there's not enough liquidity, man. I mean, the top meme coin has 100,000 liquidity, which is a lot of money, but like there's not enough money in the ecosystem to really participate, you know? But yeah, I see what you're saying. It's like it's a chain. That's what it is. Monad Pepe. Yeah, good luck, man. Listen, even if it is a bear market, you could still get bull run moves in a bear market. I mean, we just saw it happen with Solana. How many shit coin? Like, look at this coin. This coin refuses to die. So we've seen it happen where these coins go up even though it's bearish. So you could make some money, man. You could make some money. Chill House about to come back from the dead. The gamblers are going to eat really well over the next 3 months. I I really think the gamblers are going to eat really good the next 3 months. They are. Yeah, look at this. Here's another gamble if you guys want a free gamble. This coin right here. That's the support. 2,000 is going to be 5,000 probably. Could be wrong though, not financial advice. We'll see major altcoin pump for Doge, Shib, and Elon. Let's get it, man. Big ass old season. Big ass old season coming up. Am I back in? I never left, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? I've never not been a moon boy, dude. You think I'm gonna miss the biggest alt season ever? You out of your mind? Look at this 12-month chart, bro. You're trying to tell me that I'm about to miss the biggest alt season? Yeah, fucking right. You see how dangerous it is listening to your favorite YouTuber? You cannot listen to a YouTuber and make your decision. I can make everything bullish. I can make everything bearish. People are calling me a gay bear because I'm showing you neutral indicators that are now bearish. If I only want to show you bullish indicators, I'll just show you bullish indicators. And you'll eat it up. And then if we go to zero, you get fucking destroyed. And then I don't make any money because the super chats stop coming in. I don't want my viewers to lose money. I'm not telling you to sell, I'm not telling you to buy, but if I'm only going to show you bullish shit and make you FOMO in, then you're going to get destroyed. If I only show you bearish shit, then you're only going to do bearish shit. I'm not showing you bearish or bullish. I'm showing you neutral indicators that are bearish now. Because it's bearish, potentially. Like, brother. Even this random ass, I randomly clicked on this. I don't even think you guys have access to the 12-day time frame because I have premium for TradingView. Even here says you cannot go down from here. And we're bouncing. Actually, we're below here. We better bounce a little bit more, fat boy. We just got rejected. Oh no. We better go up from here. I mean, it's not going to be perfect. Dude, we better go up from here. I'm only showing you neutral indicator. Okay. Oh my God, you have the same exact candle. It's not even like any different at all. Look, the 10-day time frame has the same exact candle. It's one candle below the moving average with a wick, and then the next one is green. Are we actually in January of 2021 or 2022? But that can't be possible because then the bottom... Is it really that simple? Whoa, even the bottom says October. Could it really be? No, it's not going to be this simple because August has to be bullish. Nah, we gotta go up from here. We gotta go up from here. Mudang just exploded. Did it? Oh my God. Holy fucking shit. Bro. Are you guys FOMOing? I'm like fighting the urge to FOMO back in. Dude, Mudang, Mudang, Boothang. Holy shit. It made a higher high. Nah, I'm just kidding. Nah, there is legitimate FOMO. I don't have any FOMO, but there is FOMO. And it's not something to like joke about. I mean, obviously the Mudang thing was a joke, but I need us to bounce because if we don't, I have no idea where we are. And if we go up and make a new all-time high, then I just don't know anything. But if we go up and we get stuck. Yeah, but see, what if we do this? This would be the best case scenario for me if I'm going to be a bear. Because I'm not FOMOing shit at 99,000. And but then that would suck for the Moon Boys because no one's selling shit at 95,000. Because in your head, it's like, the coins are the same price. I'm just going to hold. And that's the problem. So I hope we don't go any lower from here, personally. I hope we stay this price for a couple months. Suli for 20 says nice chart dominance. I appreciate the 20, man. That's awesome. I appreciate the 20. What do you mean chart the dominance? I can't chart the dominance. I'm not a chart guy. I think if we break this moving average, you can shout alt season, probably. But what you don't want, again, what you don't want is the price of Bitcoin going down as the dominance goes down, because then you're having the same thing that happened in 2022. We want the dominance to go down if it's old season. We want the dominance to go up if it's not old season. You don't want the combination because that's what we just had. It was a shitty bull run. But I can't chart the dominance. I'm not sure. You know, I don't know what you're asking. But if you look at this, it's super bullish. This says dominance is about to be bullish. Or, sorry, the dominance is bearish. That's what I would say. But again, like, think about this. This would be a curveball for everybody. What if the dominance topped and ETH BTC goes up a little bit as Bitcoin falls? That would prevent Ethereum from breaking this low. But then again, that would be bad because then when the bull market starts, the dominance is low already. That's why I don't like that the dominance is falling unless it's going to be old season. If it's going to be old season, then I'm with you. Just send it down. But if it falls and we don't go up, you're doing what you did back here. Yo, this was bearish back here, chat. Oh no, this was bullish for Ethereum. This was bearish. So if you're going to send the dominance down, you better send Ethereum to a new all-time high. Because if you don't, we're screwed for the next market cycle too. I feel like the FOMO wore off already. I feel like the chat's slowing down. But I appreciate the 20, man. By next week, everyone will be asking about Monad. Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. Mainline that hopium. It's Monday. This pump might not good. Start of the week pump. I mean, I'm not an intraday guy. You'll have to ask your favorite YouTuber, but I would love for us to just sit down here for the foreseeable future. But I think it's good that we bounce because we had 300 viewers today. Actually, yeah, it was 300. So if we sit here, if we bounce every day for the next 30 days, 60 days, and I'm pulling 200 viewers, and we get rejected at 100K, I think everyone wins. Because it boosts my YouTube revenue, it gives the Moon Boys a chance to get out, and it gives the gay bears a chance to short. I think no one wins if we fall, because then the Moon Boys lose and the gay bears can't short. Or we just blow right through here, and then the Moon Boys win and the gay bears lose. So I win by default, because my YouTube channel will grow, and I can throw my money back to whatever shitcoin didn't leave. You guys don't think I can buy Moodang when Bitcoin breaks the high and just get back in? Like, you know what I mean? That's why I don't feel FOMO. I will never feel FOMO. At some point, a little bit of FOMO, but if we're over the high, dude, I got 99 problems. I wish I had 99. I guess I don't. Yo, I'll buy Keyboard Cat. Chat, Keyboard Cat, I could buy Keyboard Cat right now, and it's lower than when it was when Bitcoin was at 120,000. Like, you guys, for the trolls, you think you're going to have a bull market without the Moon Boy? It's impossible. I'm always here. I will buy something that you've never heard of, and I will get all my money back. Don't you think that I want it to go up? You know how easy it is to put $9,000 on KeyCat and sell it for $250,000? I would pray that that could happen. But we have to be in an environment for that to happen. And the price has been bearish since November of 2024. And now we're below the moving average. We're below the super trend. We're below everything. Even this rubbish ass indicator printed a sell signal. The last time it printed a sell signal, you already know. I don't have to tell you. January of 2021. Sorry. So it's like these indicators are all neutral. They're not bearish. This indicator printed a buy signal here, suggesting that the bull run has started. It printed a bear signal here, suggesting that it was bearish. Now, it also printed a bear signal here, but you never broke the moving average. So you can't rely on one indicator. When you're below the moving average, you're below the Gaussian channel, you're below this, you're below that, you got a bear signal, the coins are going down, everything's bearish. Why say bull run if everything's going to zero? And that's why this is another good indicator, because it says bear right before we go straight down, and it says bull before the bull run starts. But it's not perfect. You got duped in COVID. But you still got a nice you still got a nice gain, 70%. You got duped by COVID, but it said bullish in 2020, and that was all she wrote. You don't have a bear trap here, never printed. See, we never printed a bear signal back here. But we shouldn't get a bear signal on this time frame until it's actually bearish. See? Like, these indicators, you guys, not you specifically, but like, I'm trying to show you indicators that are either bullish when it's bullish or bearish when it's bearish. Not always bearish or always bullish. Because there's people that only show you bullish shit, and there's people that only show you bearish shit. And I was one of the people that only showed you bullish shit for the longest time. But ever since here, we stopped. Because the indicators started turning bearish. So if it ends up being a bear trap and we get the biggest bull run in NBA, or sorry, the biggest bear trap in history, you know, so be it. That's why I'm trying to find things that are bullish, but I can't. Except for the stock RSI is bullish, which that is bullish. But that's bullish even if it's bearish, which means we can be bullish in the short term, but bearish overall. That's why I'm trying to look for things that are we going down? What the fuck? I thought we were bullish. That was it? Nah, I'm just kidding. Grow your hair into a mohawk? I can't. We are in April of 2025 of SPY. Are you getting the Christmas tree out? I don't know. I might. I might. You will back and buy the top. We're bullish. No, I'm not buying in until the absolute top. Oh, is this the guy that calls me Mr. Bear? You called me Mr. Bear when we were at 25 cents and now I'm bearish at the bottom? That doesn't make any sense. You called me Mr. Bear up here, so now I'm Mr. Bear and I'm wrong? I can never win. So I'm always wrong. That's why I don't make predictions. I just show you the rubbish and you make your own decision. And then you blame me if it doesn't work out. And if it works out, you can take the credit. If you get your money back, I'm never getting my money back, dude. My money's not coming back for years. I made peace with it. Well, I haven't made peace with it, but I'm attempting to make peace with it. Because before you know it, the next bull run will start. Because like I said, man, I think everyone is wrong as far as people saying 4-year cycle, which technically they're right, but they're wrong in my delusional head because the rally to the all-time high is every 3 years, not every 4 years. And we're 2 years away from that. So in 2 years, I could have my money back, which it's not something to be excited about, but I could wait 2 years, man. You know? Oh, sorry. It's 2 years from the top. Or no, it's 3 years from the top. But it's shrinking. This one was 1,200. This one was 1,000. This one was very small, like 900. So this one could be... I actually think this is what it is. And like, even if you take the cutout, like, this is what it's... Look at that shit. Look at this dude. Look at this fucking guy. So realistically, you gotta be ready to get in here, July of 2027. Which, if you follow the Moonboy chart, is it a coincidence or no? I don't know. I don't know, chat. If you have your Moonboy chart out, I don't know. You tell me. Is it a coincidence that there's 2 orange lines here? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, chat. It's up to you. I don't know. So, I'm not in a rush anymore. Whatever happens, I'll figure out a way. I believe Dogelon will go back. Dogelon's done, man. Maybe next market cycle. Which, here's the thing, man. I could give you some hopium, courtesy of all the moon boys that tell me to look at the manufacturing index. Here's my thought process. I think the recession is looming, which recession is just a trigger word that all the people use to pretend to sound smart. We already know that I'm not smart. But the recession comes and then we get QE next market cycle and then we get the big old season. So I'm not going to give up on Dogelon. I'm just giving up on it now. Maybe I will give up on Dogelon, honestly. Probably. It's almost at the... It almost... Dogelon might be done, man. Might just go down forever. Forever and ever. What's a better gamble, dog with hat or Pepe? Dog with Pepe. Because Pepe already filled the wick. I don't know if Whiff did. I think Whiff. Sorry, dog with cheese. The frog. They both pretty much have the same chart though, but Ethereum is stronger than Solana. But I appreciate it too. I'd say Pepe over Whiff. But what about Ben's chart? Ben's chart never played out, man. We never came down to 0.3 or 0.25. Holy shit, FOMO's coming back. Oh shit. Oh shit. FOMO's coming back, huh? I appreciate it too from Marco. Wait, did I get any subs? Nice. Yo, I got 10 subs off of this shit. Dude, you guys are calling me a bear? I love the bull market. Dude, check out the food channel chat. Check out the food channel chat. Dude, we're back. We're already at 532. Can we get to 540 by the end of the stream? Make sure you guys check out all the videos. New videos twice a week, baby. Bull run's back. Life's good. Life is good. Too much winning. Why are we mooning so much? 'Cause it's coming, man. Total 3 made a higher low. Yeah, but I think that happened in 2022 as well. I think someone pointed that out yesterday. You know? Like, if you look at this, it's not really that different. That's what's so scary. Even this says we should be bullish. But everything I keep posting says bullish until January. That's what I don't understand. Why would we be bullish until January and then fall? Wouldn't it be a little bit later than that? But listen, maybe it's a bear trap. I'm not gonna act like I know. I gotta give the Moon Boys the benefit of the doubt. But all I know is we better not go down from here. 'Cause we're in deep shit if we do. We should bounce from here, like legit. We should. Turn food reviews into shorts. The shorts have poor retention rate. Whenever you make shorts and then you make regular videos, nobody watches. And I need watch hours to get monetized. You subscribed to the food channel, did you? Yo, let's go. It's actually working, chat. But only subscribe if you're gonna watch the videos, please. Dude, let's go. We're almost at a 600. I'll take that. Let me get rid of... Do we need the hash ribbons? Yeah, I think the hash ribbons are toast. I don't think they work anymore. Does anyone else's hash ribbons not work? The hash ribbons are gone. We can get rid of them. Logarithmic moving average. Oh, this is... Nah, we don't need this either, actually. This shit sucks. Market cipher B. I don't know. Do we want this indicator? I think this indicator sucks, personally. It just keeps printing red bars, and then it prints a green one right after. Doesn't really help. Yeah, this indicator sucks, too. Get rid of this. MVRV score doesn't work. Newpol. This indicator doesn't work either. Pi cycle doesn't work. RC3 lines says the bottom is in. Actually, I think this indicator does work. Yeah, see, look, I'm trying to... Dude, I'm only using neutral indicators. It's just they all turned bearish. Oh, even this one fell. Right? So you're on the decline now because you crossed a blue bar. You're gonna say we're here. Yo, we got another run, chat. Which, listen, if we go up and make a new all-time high in the next 6 weeks, you're right. That's why I said 100 times. If we're still below 100K in February, that's your last chance to escape. Because the clock is ticking now. This is not a bear indicator. This is a neutral indicator. Look, it flipped bullish right in December. It flipped bullish in February. Yeah, this is a good ass indicator, actually. I think this is Brykaz's indicator, the Bitcoin Cash guy. Is it bullish on the 2-month? Oh, it just turned bearish now. We just crossed down below the blue. Yeah, chat. Another bear indicator. Can't use this one. Nah, it's a good indicator. It's bearish, though. The color RSI is a good one. Oh, wait, this shit's about to turn bearish, too. Oh, man, look. March of 2018, November of 2021, now. So the real top was November of 2024. Yeah. Color RSI says bear market. What's another one? What about this? DMI is a good one. DMI is too high. Yeah, see, when these get ready to cross, you're actually completing the bear market. So they're not going to cross for a while. Whoa, these are getting close. Yeah, look, when the orange crossed below the blue, the bull market started. When the orange crossed below the blue, the bull market started. Oh, this is going to be a good indicator, actually. When the orange crossed below the blue, bull market started. Yeah, so we're on the cusp of a bear market. Yeah, this is a good indicator. That's good. 3-week time frame. When orange crosses below the blue, the bull run starts. When the orange crosses above the blue, you're about to go straight down. Yeah, so we need... Yep. Look. Yeah, so we need a bounce now, chat. When the orange crosses above the blue, you go down for the capitulation. So we gotta bounce. We're gonna bounce. I'm telling you, we're going up from here. I see it. The name is Vision Pulse. I see it. We can't go down from here because too many people would short and it would be bearish. Yeah, nah, we're gonna bounce from here. This is a good indicator. I'm gonna put this on the macro chart. Yeah, here's another one. Look, dude, we're gonna get through this, man. Nah, we're gonna bounce from here. 3 week DMI. We said orange cross below blue, right? Yeah, but look, you see how the chart was already made? And look, we're potentially doing the same thing. We're entering the peanut gallery. It's bullish. The DMI is about to cross, but it doesn't. And then when it crosses, we go down. 2018, we enter the peanut gallery. This doesn't cross till the very end, though. Yeah, no, we should, according to my calculations, we should be entering the peanut gallery, which is bullish. And then sometime in March, I I think the crash should be in March. From March to July. Then we bottom in July. We get a bounce for the eclipse in August. And then the bottom is in October, November, December. And then the bull run starts in January. That's what I think is on the table here. But the thing is, as we're bouncing, you start getting FOMO. But remember when we were at 90,000 and I said, I hope we just go down to 80,000 so we know where we are? Do you guys remember that? And I didn't just pull 80,000 out of thin air. That's because that's where we always bottom if it's bearish. So now that it's happening, I'm not going to FOMO. I actually think it is bearish that you're getting a giant wick. Dude, when have we ever made a giant wick and not gone back down? You know? Like if you start looking at this, that wick is getting pretty big. Like even here, you had a big wick, but then you came down again. I don't know. That's a big wick, man. Like yeah, but if it's bullish in the short term, right? Here it is again, big wick. If it's bullish in the short term, then it doesn't matter. It's bullish, but it's only in the short term, which is what we're looking for. We're looking for bullish for the next 3 months. Yeah, nah, I'm gonna stick to my plan. I think it's gonna work. Again, here it is. Yeah, nah, we're bullish, chat. I think the plan is gonna work. I just can't get FOMO. So in a dream, in a good scenario, we would be bullish, I guess up to 100,000. So if it is a bull market, we'll get right over 100,000 and just start flying. If it's a bear market, we shouldn't go much higher than 100,000. But it looks like we're gonna hit 100,000 again. So this would be your bull run here. And then this is the bear one. But either way, it looks like the Moon Boys win for now. So well played. Well played to the Moon Boys. You guys are going to do very well in the next 2 months. Congratulations. You held out hope. Subs? Nice. 536. Bitcoin has to get over 105. It's not just about the price. It has to do it in a certain amount of time. But the Moon Boys are going to eat good for the next couple months. So God bless. Monad is mooning. Monad. That's why I don't make money. You need to stick to your plan. You know, it's dumbass comments like that, which is why I'm never sharing my plan ever again. It's like, brother, what? I'm never sharing my plan ever again. What is this coin called again? Monad? Why does it never show up when I show it? Yeah, no, it looks like it's through. Yo, she's going, chat. Good luck, man. She's going. God bless, bro. Oh no, wait. This is the 382, right? Uh, it's up to you, bro. If you want to sell or not. Yeah, it's up to you, man. I know it looks bullish, but you're at the 382. So you either let it ride. If you do, if you do let it ride, you're gonna get some money, man. But if you don't, you're gonna get cut in half pretty quickly. So it's up to you. This is where the gamblers are made. He said monad trade to $1. Let's see. It's right at the 382 retracement. Are you going to sell or not? It's up to you. Don't let negative Nancy's get to you. Nah, I'm just playing a character. I know what he meant. Teutonic. Teutonic's a good guy. You guys got to understand, dude, that YouTube is entertainment. So I try my best to keep you entertained. So I play a character or I get mad or I feed into your whatever. If I don't like someone, I just ban them. I don't read it out loud. Holy fucking shit! Holy fucking shit! It's Christmas, baby. Santa rally. We're through. We're through. Or did they pre-sale? I don't know anything about this. Oh no, someone just sold. Oh no. They're selling on my imaginary line, chat. TA doesn't work. Why are they selling at my imaginary line, chat? No, SpongeBob. They sold on my imaginary line. Kentaro's back in the trenches. That's all right. We'll find a way out. If we did it once, we can do it again. If we did it once, we can do it again. Oh, this thing is ripping, dude. Kentaro. Isn't that a show? I got recommended a YouTube video yesterday. It says man has been walking around the world for 27 years. What a sicko. Come on, are you gonna sell or are you gonna hold, man? You hit the 382 retracement beautifully. He's not gonna sell, he's greedy. We're all greedy. Just let it ride, bro. Old season's going to the moon. Game plan is selling on the balance, not holding the zero. I mean, it's gonna be bullish for a little while, so you'll get a plan. You'll be able to make a plan. The real FOMO is gonna be when SPY hits a new all-time high. He said I'm not gonna sell straight to $1. All right, brother. Good luck. Again, this is probably your last chance, 382. We'll check on it in about 8 hours. Good luck, man. At least I got that right. Remember I said it I think it should hit 38, right? At least I got that part. You're on your own now. You're on your own now, Charlie. SpongeBob, they're dumping it, SpongeBob. Good luck, dude. Monad's gonna pull a Zcash. Moonboy mode activated. Nah, I get it, man. We're gonna be bullish for the future, for the foreseeable future. So, good luck. USTC to $1. Yeah, Coinbase doesn't even look bearish anymore. But I don't think Coinbase is gonna fall as hard as we thought because the stock market's not falling. I don't think Coinbase is gonna fall that much. Because in 2022, the S&P fell with Bitcoin. We don't have that this time. We don't have that this time. Deep inside, you're bearish. Well, it doesn't matter what I say, because as soon as we go up, it's Moonboy, and as soon as we go down, it's bearish. So I'm just going to say you're right. Thanks for sharing. These pre-sale tokens never go that high. By the time we'll be able to sell, it'll almost be time to get back in. Well, the time to get back in is right now. Listen, chat, genuinely, if you think you're going to FOMO in, not financial advice, now is the time to FOMO in. Not after it hits 100,000. Because you're not going to know it's bearish until it gets up there. If it's a bear market, we should still go up here. So either way, we're going up here. The question is it a higher low or is it a new all-time high? Because if it's if it's a lower high, maybe it doesn't get to 100,000. Maybe it gets stuck at like 98. Whatever it is, I don't know. But if we get stuck and the stock RSI is up here, you know it's going to go down. Because again, every single time we've rallied from the low to the high, this market cycle, we've made a new high. And the time it didn't, it was bearish. This is a 6-day time frame. You didn't make it up that high back here. So it's about to turn bullish. It didn't even turn bullish yet. It's about to turn bullish. So if we're in a bull market, then now's the time to buy in. If we're in a bear market, you're either buying in now or you're not buying in at all. Which not buying in at all is always an option. It's just if you don't buy in now, then you run the risk of it going to a new all-time high. But there's only a risk because we're on YouTube. Like if you kept to yourself and you didn't tell anyone anything, there's no risk. You're not losing money from not buying in. Oh, but you didn't buy the bottom. Brother. What did I say I was going to buy? KeyCat? If Bitcoin makes a new all-time high, I'm going to buy KeyCat. That's what I'm going to buy. Or maybe I'll buy Dog and Me. Actually, maybe I will buy Dog and Me. Get in, ride it back up. There's Goat. I could buy Goat James. Look at this. Look at Goat James. Double bottom, just like Farcoin. Pika Pika. Pika Pika. I could buy Pika Pika. Look at Pika Pika. Pika Pika fell by 70%. Pika Pika. I could get some degen. Maybe I'll put some money on degen. Maybe I will, actually. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I will. Bigga bigga. We got good old Maniki. Maniki's forming a bottom. Harry Potter. There's so many coins to buy. What about Toshi? Toshi's too expensive. Is Monad still pumping? I hope it goes up, man. It's just getting stuck at the 382, bro. The problem with coins like this is it's like I said the other day, it's like back in the day in Battlefield, someone put a C4 on the helicopter and then go sit somewhere. And then when everyone gets in, they just detonate the C4 and then a giant red candle goes like this. You gotta make your decision. Dude, the same thing happened right here. You have to make your decision now because if it's gonna dump, this is where it dumps from. So if it dumps, you gotta accept that you had the chance to exit. But good luck, man. I hope it it's about to happen, bro. Countdown to 10, 9, 8. Oh man. The new Battlefield is out. Yeah, I don't have hardware to play the games anymore. I'm still stuck in 2014. Is Filecoin done for? Probably. Francisco says, chat, are we back? Yeah, 55% says yes, which is kind of low, the way the chat's typing. We're getting some subs though, so that's good. I think this balance is good for everyone. It gives me a chance to grow my YouTube channel, set up for the next play. Gives the Moon Boys a chance to get out or FOMO in, whatever. I think everyone wins here. I mean, dude, my channel revenue is going to pass August and September. So is it a bear market or is it not? Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Do I think the bull market is starting? Muhammad, my man, starting. The bull market started 3 years ago. We're about to enter the mania phase. Is this the biggest bounce we've had so far? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Wow. This is the biggest bounce we've had. We've got to be we might be overbought on some of the smaller time frames. Oh, Ethereum is overbought on the hourly. Not that that matters, but I'm just looking. Oh, the Dow's not even moving. Are we bearish again? Yeah, even the S&P bounced in the same spot. I don't really feel like looking at the S&P anymore, honestly. It just goes up forever. Maybe the Santa rally is real. The Santa rally is about to change lives, bro. Santa rally is about to change lives. Trump is signing at 4 p.m. Trump's irrelevant, dude. What about the Russell? It doesn't matter. It's too late. We already fell too much. Because in 2018, the Russell made a new high and Bitcoin did shit. See? Bitcoin topped right here. The Russell went up and then we died. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. And everyone that keeps saying QE, QE, you're setting up for the same thing too, where we get QE for the next bull run. And it's like the next, not that it's going to look exactly like this, but the most bullish time of the following bull run is supposed to be from this area because that's where the two the moon boy charts are. It's so odd. It's not odd, but just listen, maybe we're still in a bull market. You got to give it if you're in the camp that the indicators don't matter, then you got to give it the benefit of the doubt that it's going to be bullish. You made a higher low. You have extreme fear. Everyone who's bearish sold or shorted. If you feel like you're going to FOMO in, then you got to just FOMO in. Don't let someone on YouTube try and convince you otherwise. I'm only showing you data. That's all I'm doing. I'm not making a bear argument or making a bull argument. It just comes off as bearish because it's bearish. But if I wanted to make a bull argument, my bull argument is the one that I'm making. The stock RSI is about to turn bullish. And that's not like, this is not an illegitimate indicator. Every single time this bull market, the stock RSI was oversold and we made a new high, it was from oversold to overbought. So if you're bullish, this is your chance right now for the next 3 to 5 weeks. Because that's how long it's been taking. But that's why, like I said, I'm trying to show you data. I'm not trying to say, well, I think this is going to happen. This is what has always happened. So if it's 6 weeks from now and we still didn't make a new all-time high, then you're going to have people say, well, I don't care. It's still bullish. And that was me in 2022. And then I got fucked. Get fucked. I'm not getting fucked this time. If we make a new all-time high, I'll literally throw my money in this. This coin is down 90% from back here. So even if it doubles, I could still get in. And it's still cheaper than it was in October. Bro, let that sink in. This coin could double and it's still cheaper than it was in October. And if we have the biggest alt season ever and I get in here and I ride it all the way up, you don't think I can do that? You cannot have alt season without the biggest moon boy on YouTube. Look at Wojak. Look at this dude. Maybe I'll buy Wojak. Tired of all the winning, all 26. Actual QE takes months away. Monad is dumping. Is it? Did they detonate to C4? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's hanging in there. Maybe. Well, he had the chance. He's holding it to $1, he said, so. They want you to get bullish. Monad is dumping. It's up to you, man. I hope you make the right decision. Yeah, even this broke the moving average. This thing never breaks the moving average. Another Coinbase farm coin. Pretty much. The Jasmy jacuzzi has a hole in it. Yeah, somebody unplugged the drain. Now all the water got sucked out. Where is Jasmy? And Jasmy's still stuck. As a newbie, I bought Link at all-time high and they keep dumping coins on me. Investments, bull market dies in euphoria. This is not the FX market. You guys got used to the 4-year cycle, which was never real. Yo, I'm with you, man. We're on team bull right now. We've been saying it's bullish for like 3 days now. We're going up from here. I don't know how else to say it. If we get over 103 by January, it's the biggest bull run ever. If we get stuck, it's bearish. I don't know what else to say. There's nothing I can say. It's not a 4-year cycle. It's a 5-year cycle now. Let's do it, baby. Team bull. Only the bulls are allowed to type. XRP went from 180 to 222. Bullish. Yeah, you guys are full-blown moon boys right now. I like it. I really do like it. It's good. Let's fucking do it, boys. Let's fucking send it. Send it up. Raoul Paul. I don't even know who that is. Raoul Powell. Like, I hear the name. He said there's a 5-year cycle now. It could be, man. I'm bullish. I'm bullish for now until March. It is literally bullish until March, I think. And then if we make a new all-time high in January, then maybe the top is in March. Like the actual top. It is fine if I'm half in, half out. No, like, I don't even know what else to say. I think for the last 3 videos I've made, we were saying we have to kind of hold here and go up. And now we're going up and everyone is just foaming at the mouth. Holy shit, holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. Have we ever entered a bear market in extreme fear? Yes. You actually entered both prior bear markets in extreme fear. I'm assuming you don't watch the channel, which is fine. But February of 2018 and January of 2021 is exactly where we are right now, which is exactly what the chart says too. So if we go up and we get a new all-time high, you just saw a first. If we get stuck at 100,000, you have a chance to exit. There's no reason to be bearish right now. Zero. It is bullish. We will be going back up we're going back up. The question isn't are we going back up? The question is how high does it go and by when? If it's January and it's 104, you could say, all right, we might be going back up. If it's March and it's 104, that's probably your last chance to get out before we go straight down. But you can't be bearish here. It's not really ethical. Everything says we're about to go up, but it doesn't say how high. That's the problem. But I know for a fact, I pointed that out like 4 days ago. I didn't say it was the bottom. I'll never say it's the bottom. But you can see if we go any lower than this, the bear market structure is broken. You've never, ever, never, never, not ever broken this moving average until a bear market was over. So even if it is a bear market, we cannot go down from here. It's impossible. You hear that, the whales? We cannot go down from here. Now, if we come up and it's St. Patrick's Day and we're not over this moving average, you're going to have to talk with the little leprechaun under your bed because look at what happened last time. You know? Talk to the little leprechaun under the bed. But we can't hit this moving average without going up. So we have to go up. I'm telling you that you don't have to make it as binary as Twitter and YouTube make you think it is. Well, if you're not going to buy in, then you're a perma bear. Well, if you're buying in, then you're a moon boy. No, I can buy in, and if it gets stuck, I sell it. And if it goes over, I hold it. Why does it have to be so, well, if you're not on my team, then you're on the other team? There's no teams, brother. When you go to sleep, it's you and your wife versus the world. It's not you and your wife versus Gay Bear on Twitter. That's all it is. The Gay Bear on Twitter is not in, so I can't sleep at night. Like, that's all it is, man. I send you another $2. I appreciate the two, man. Look at Zora. Yeah, Zora's a big one, right? That's on Robinhood. Zora to the moon. Yeah, she's sitting on the 382 retracement. So from the low to the high, you are technically still bullish for Zora. As you can see. As long as it remains over 47.50, it is still bullish, in my opinion. A break below 47.50 would confirm a top, and this is a distribution pattern, which would send it down to 2.7. Sorry, 2.37. So as long as you're above 47, it is bullish, in my opinion. Now, let's assume the bounce comes and you get stuck at 73 again, then you're bearish. So it's just chopping around, which is what it always does. So we'll say short-term bearish below 73, macro bullish over 47. Once you get over 73, the bottom is in and we should go flying. Until anything breaks, it's just going to keep going sideways. Kiddo says, I'm back. Are we back? We might be back, dude. We might be back. We might be back. This guy posted the Anakin Skywalker. It's working. Oh, I don't even know where I got this from. Let's check. How's this? How's the old coins looking? Oh wow, fog is at 4. Oh yeah, someone said that before. Pippen is pumping. Scotty Pippen. Yeah, Myro could be a nice recovery too. Now, the one coin that I would have bought was APU at 39, but I never bought it. Because I remember we said this bounce to 30, and then it should get a bounce, but then it goes down again. Beebs in the trap for 5 says, Shat, we back. Yeah, the Moon Boys are going to make some money in the next couple weeks, I think. The Moon Boys are going to make some serious money. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Scamming is pumping again. Did it break out? Yeah, but MicroStrategy's not moving, man. How much did it? I guess it's gonna take a while, yeah. It's not just gonna move up. It bounced by 60% last time. So that would put us back at 250, roughly. So if MicroStrategy is at 270 and it's March, then that's it. Pretty much. MSTR will get delisted on January 15th. Where'd you see that? I don't think you can get delisted from the stock market unless it's like below $1. Google MicroStrategy delisting. Let's get rich like David B. Yeah, David B's legit, man. He's gonna be so rich one day. He said, let's get rich like David B. David fucking B. What did I call him yesterday? David Saylor? He should just go all in on MicroStrategy. David Saylor. What was I supposed to look up? MSTR delisting? This guy didn't even read the fucking headline the right way. They're delisting. Oh, I see what you're saying. Right, right, right. MSTR is not being delisted from the NASDAQ exchange, just specific indices. So they're removing it. They're not delisting it, they're removing it from like the bundles, like the NASDAQ and shit. Like if you buy the NASDAQ, which I guess technically that would be a bottom signal. Because when they added it, when did they add it? That's the question. MSTR got added to the NASDAQ in December of 2024 at the fucking top. So they listed it at the top and they're delisting it at the bottom. That's literally Wojak 101. MicroStrategy was added to the NASDAQ in December of 2024. So they added it at the top and now they're going to delist it at the bottom. But they're not delisting it, they might delist it. So the thought process is they might delist it at the bottom, but they don't delist it until the bottom. So if they delist it, then this is the bottom for MicroStrategy. Did you check the USDT dominance? Yes, I did. I even made a video about it yesterday just for you. And I said it says we should bounce from here if we're recreating this. The videos I post are actually useful. People don't watch them though. They just read the fucking chart. They read the title and then come in the stream, start running their mouth. Yo, we're really leaving the station now. Monad straight to $1. Did it break out? Bonk is pumping. Is it? Holy shit, yeah. Come on, man. You got me. Nah, I knew it was going to look like that. I actually wanted to look at Bonk because I wanted to see what it was doing. I already dumped MSTR following BlackRock's lead. Bitcoin divided by gold bottomed on the trend line. So what do we do from here? We make a new all-time high, or where do we get stuck? If we don't make a new all-time high, where do we get stuck? 98K, right? Yeah, maybe. So I guess if we get stuck in 98K, it's bearish, and if it's bullish, we just go up and make a new high. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Yeah. If it's bearish, we get stuck at 98 to 100,000. If it's a bull run, we'll be at a new high by January. I think that's pretty straightforward. Why overcomplicate it? Everyone pile into Manad. Last call. Last call. Damn, I'm feeling the FOMO. Dude, I already said like an hour ago, if you're gonna FOMO in, you gotta FOMO in now. We're bullish. It's bullish. Question is, how high does it go? Does it make a new all-time high or does it make a lower high? That's the question, man. This guy says now a bullpen. Why a bull run? Why is bullpen coming? Where you guys? Yo, you got bull run is usually over. Yo, you guys are. Who are these people coming in here out of nowhere? The Moon Boys are back already, huh? Welcome. Are we bullish? Let's get it, boys. We're back. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Old season. Pepe's about to fly. Yeah, man. One green candle is all it takes. That's right. We're back, baby. We're back. It's a win-win for everyone. Pepe's running. Is it? I just looked at Pepe. Yeah, it is. Let's see. This was a 20% gain. So it could go all the way up to 49. Am I buying shit coins on the nod? No, that coin has no liquidity at all. Old coins still doing jack. Not really. I think everyone is just really excited. Like, the altcoins are following Bitcoin. So if you look at where the altcoins are and you look at where Bitcoin is, they're all in the same spot. Like, Bitcoin is still below where it was on the 20th, and so is Dogecoin. It's just Bitcoin has gone down so much that you can have these big relief rallies. The thing is, we're so low that we kind of need a relief rally. The problem with crypto is you have to gamble that it's not a relief rally, that it's going up to the high. Or you gamble that it is a relief rally and then you sell it somewhere. There's a bunch of different options. You either, everyone's got a different plan. But if it is a bull market or if it's a bear market, it should still be bullish either way. Which is why I personally think the chat is going to do well, because we've pretty much been in a bear market for the alts for the last 2 years, and some people did well. So you should be fine either way. You told me fart was going to 0. When did I say that? Didn't we say fart coin is one of the better coins if we get a bounce? I'm not buying the rage bait. Yeah, man. Yeah, I actually got that from someone I used to work with. Yeah, man. Oh, we're back. Better play Pepe or Turbo? Probably Turbo, not financial advice. Honestly, probably Turbo, man. Probably Turbo. Is everyone FOMOing back in? Hold on, let me run a new poll. Because, like, what if it doesn't bounce, though? That's the other thing. What if it just does this? Like, it just kind of chops around. I guess this is a bounce, but, like, dude, the problem is if you got this, it would look bullish, but it would be bearish because it's below the moving average. You know? Like, that's what I said this morning. Or maybe it was yesterday, but we got the peanut gallery here, but we were below the moving average, so it was bearish. You got the peanut gallery here, but it was above the moving average. So what if we just get the peanut gallery, but it just stays below the moving average? Yeah, I think if Bitcoin does not get over 103,000, that is your last chance to get out before it just goes down, which I think that could be the case. Even in 2018. How is 58% not feeling the FOMO? That's not possible. I'm not buying that you guys don't feel the FOMO. It's still early to Manad. We'll pull a Solana last cycle. Dude, I hope you get rich off of that shit. So you can send me some super chats. The buyers are stepping in. FOMO in at the 382 retracement. Hurry up. All it takes is 1-2% green candle. Oh, I didn't light my Christmas candle. That's why it's different today. Yeah, it's almost time to buy new candles. Look, I think I bought this in 2024. My cookie candle's out. $10K candles incoming. What's a good poll? Let's see, what's on the stock RSI? What do we got? Yeah, but the problem with the stock RSI is it's climbing on the tether dominance. That's bearish. Yeah, that's not good. Well, I guess it would be good if we don't go down, but you wouldn't know until like 5 weeks from now. Short term is bullish for Moon Boys though. This is bullish for crypto. Everyone's flooding my monad bags. Yeah, the chat, that's crypto for you. You can't tell anyone what you're holding or everyone will root for you to fail. It's just the nature of crypto, man. It's like that with everything in life. If you start posting bodybuilding pics, people are gonna call you steroid abuser. I'm not fudding. I have a bad experience. Oh yeah, you called them a farm coin. Yeah, you called it a farm coin. You're right. I forgot about the another farm coin. Oof. It looks like the stock RSI is overbought again on the 12 hour. So maybe we roll over again, and then if that's a higher low, then we go up. I don't know if it's just gonna V recovery out of here. Like it's not just gonna do what people want. This would be too easy. Maybe we go a little higher, then we come down, and then if that's a higher low, then we go up. And then if this is a lower low, then it's fucked. This is good. Bounced up 5% and we're getting excited. Yeah, the Moon Boys were out in full force today. Don't listen to the vote. Don't listen to the poll, man. There was Moon Boys in the chat. Adam is ripping. Is it? Yo, dude, that was a nice find. That was a nice find. Oh, this was the first Monday we didn't make a lower low. Wait, is it? Every Monday we're going lower. What's today's Monday? So where were we last Monday? Technically we are. No, technically we are still lower. Yeah, every time we come to Monday, we're lower the following Monday. That's been the trend for the last month. So I guess we won't know until next Monday. Yeah, it's true. Every time it's Monday, we're lower than we were the previous Monday. So you'll know the bottom is in if next Monday we're higher. I'm surprised the chat voted 50%. I don't know if I believe that. Nah, but we had to bounce, man. There was just too many bear market signals about to break. Yeah, now the M2 turns bearish at the end of December too. Actually, we got to start watching this, dude. Because if the M2 goes down, like down, it could also be a forecast that we're going to capitulate. It hasn't gone down since January. $3X Santa Rally. I feel like I lose self-esteem watching your lives. Why would you lose self-esteem watching my live stream, brother? I'm Wojak. That was the first time you commented. Are you alright? What's going on with life, man? Talk to us. Welcome to the frog den. The pig pen. Welcome to the pig pen. Oink oink. Why does your self-esteem go down? We're here to bring it up. Why is the other dominance going down if dominance on Bitcoin is going down? Get some energy, go breathe. Oh, you mean you feel depressed? Go get some energy? Brother, I just hit a good gym workout. I walked 2 miles. I'm about to go walk another 4 miles. I'm good. It's because I'm not screaming? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I can't do that. I'm sorry. There's a 0% chance I'm going to scream into the microphone. When you said self-esteem, self-esteem is supposed to be how you think about yourself. You're using the wrong vocabulary. Ball on his back. Shut your mouth and enjoy the ride. The bull on his back, baby. He basically said there's too much I don't have enough FOMO in my voice. That's what he's saying. I see. I think English is his second language, which there's nothing wrong with that. Half of my viewers, English is the second language, but he used vocabulary incorrectly. So Coinbase won't let this one fail. Nah, it's actually funny how Crypto Meow said this is the next Coinbase farm coin. This is this is the kind of this is the kind of coin that they would farm. Oh no, it's falling again, dude. September, Redtober, Nothingvember, December. Now let's see. Maybe we get a bullish close. Imagine a month closes green. Imagine we pump back to 98K by the end of the month. Could you imagine that? Imagine we pump back to 100K by the end of the month. English is my first language. Yeah, mine too. I had to forget my French from Canada. Let's see what Twitter says. Twitter say the bull run is back. President Trump to sign an executive order. Oh, he sold, or he, yeah, look, the bottom is in chat. Another Moon Boy signal. He hides the name of the indicator, but it's bullish. Called the exact bottom on COVID, the exact bottom on here, the exact bottom on here. Never called any other bottom except for this one. Interesting. Interesting. It said sell here and we were bullish, sell here and we're bullish, sell here, we were bullish. So you can have fake bear prints, but you can't have fake bull prints, right? That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. If someone wants it to be bullish, they'll make it bullish. I don't want it to be bullish or bearish. I'm just showing you neutral shit that happens to be bearish now. But like as a moon boy, you don't want to believe it. Because we want it to be bullish. We need it to be bullish. But we don't need it to be bullish. We need to adjust. We need to adjust our stance. Boosted Stang for 2 says 2 for a short grift. There is no short grift, man. We're getting exactly what we needed to get, whether it's a bear market or a bull market. And I'm standing by that. I am actually glad we're getting this bounce. I will confess that this bounce is good for everyone. If we get the bounce, there's more viewers, as we saw today. There was 300 people. If we get the bounce and we go to an all-time high, then everyone wins. If it's a bounce and it's a bear market, not everyone wins because not everyone is going to sell and some people won't be able to recoup their losses. But if we bounce, then that means we're right here. And that is why if we do not go make a new all-time high in the next 3 months, you know you're right here. So if you know you're right here, then you have to do whatever you want to do to prepare for this. Because in my opinion, this is the same thing as this as far as opportunity to make money. Now, obviously, you can't hold your altcoins during this, but you could do other things, which I'm not going to give you, can't tell you what to do. But that's why, for me, I think personally, if we can do this, I wish I could flip this around, but I can't. Oh, there you go. I think if we could do something like this, and we're still below 100,000 by March, I might get a little excited. Cause like, dude, look at this shit. Head, there's a shoulder, there's a head, and there's a shoulder here. And now you're not even, and like, the thing is, chat, I know the 4-year cycle is a thing, and that's why people think I'm giving shit deadlines. I'm not giving shit deadlines because of the cycle. I'm giving shit deadlines because the indicators that have been always bullish or bearish are out of time. Now, the thing is, chat, this is another indicator to pay attention to. Every time Bitcoin has moved up impulsively, the 2-week stock RSI had bounced up to the high. That is an undeniable statement here. All right? Every time since the bull run started, the stock RSI went from oversold to overbought. We made a new high. However, in 2021, you did not. So if we bounce and the 2-week stock RSI does not budge, bear market. All right, we're monitoring everything. Weekly stock RSI could still go up in a bear market, as you can see. Exhibit A, Exhibit B. 2-week stock RSI did not budge. Now, if it's a bear market, it shouldn't budge because the first move down wasn't big enough for us to get a bounce. So this was only 33%. So if we bounce, the bounce shouldn't be that high. It should only be like 20%, which is 97K. That's not me making shit up. That's what has always happened. We fell by 53%. We bounced by 40%. We fell by 80%, 70%. We bounced by 99%. So we fell by 36%. We should bounce by 20 to 30%, which is around 103,000. Unironically, that's exactly where the moving average is. So if we bounce to 103,000 and the stock RSI is overbought on the weekly, but it doesn't move on the 2-week, and it's February or March, you know it's a bear market. If we go up to 110K and it's tomorrow, then it's a bull market. That's my grift. I can't grift. We're bullish for now, but for how long is the question. I mean, for me, it would be nice if we just kind of stayed below 94,000. This way there's no FOMO, and then we go down. That would be nice. Because a lot of people are expecting a big bounce. What if we don't get it, and it's a little bounce like this? Then Chaos King will say he called a move. But I appreciate the 2 from Boosted Staying. But my grift would be... Coinbase is holding up really well. So the gay bears are shorting at the bottom. Right? People are saying bear market, but last time Coinbase... This is actually a legitimate grift, by the way. And it sounds believable. Last bear market, Coinbase fell all the way down to 0 as Bitcoin was falling. But this time, Coinbase is not falling. It's actually making higher lows, which is still bullish. And you can also see that, again, the major trend line for Coinbase is also still holding with consecutive higher lows. So the same moving average that everyone keeps looking at for Bitcoin, we actually bottom right below the moving average every time. So if we bottom now, Coinbase is going to move higher, which means everyone who's bearish is bearish at the bottom. Trend line never broke. Coinbase made a higher low both times, and that's that. Now, the reason why that's a grift is because, as I said in the beginning of the live stream, last time Coinbase fell because it's a Bitcoin stock, but the S&P also fell, as you can see. The S&P didn't fall yet. So if the S&P never falls, then Coinbase will never fall to that magnitude. If the S&P does fall, then Coinbase will fall to that magnitude. So just be careful. Like the gentleman asked before, he said you can't top in fear. He said, did this happen in the previous bear markets? And I told him yes, because it did. I'm not here to sell you fear or hopium. I'm showing you what has actually happened. And literally, the first move down in 2018 was a fear and greed of 8. The first move down in 2022, the fear and greed was 23, which I'm sure it was 11. I knew it was lower than that. Literally 11. So why is that bullish? It's bullish because people are only showing you this. But the difference between now and then and forever together is the moving average. We're below the moving average this time. I can't ignore that. You guys can because it's your money, but I can't come on here and make shit up. Now, if I show you the data and it's wrong, what am I supposed to do? But I can't, I can't make shit up. I did that last time and it was bearish. And the thing that's sad is back here, when we were where we are now, I had a giant checklist that said if all these things happen, it's a bear market. All the things happened, and I still said it doesn't matter. We're not bearish. That's what people are doing right now. That's why I draw the line. Super trend flipped red. Last time it was a bear market. The time before that it was a bear market. Oh, well, it wasn't a bear market here. You didn't break the super trend. Or, excuse me, the moving average. We did this time. It's just we're just gonna have to sit through this rubbish, but we're prepared for it. I am prepared for the peanut gallery. That's what this is called. This is called the peanut gallery because it appears bullish, and the peanut gallery comes out and says, haha, gay bear. But that's what it always does. You know? Gay bear alert. Uh-oh. But the fact that it's happening where it needs to happen gives me not optimism. It's not like I want it to go down, but like, wouldn't you rather know where we are than have no idea where the fuck we're going? Like, I'd rather accept it's bear. Like, I'm not saying, let's just say I'm not saying it is bearish. Let's just say the situation is neutral. Wouldn't you rather know it's bearish and know what's happening next than to just say, what the fuck is going on? That's why if we do bounce, you could still say bull market, but if it doesn't get up high enough, then you know with confidence this is where we are. Because it bounced when we needed it to bounce, and now we're getting stuck when it's supposed to get stuck. Which means that this should be next within the next couple of months. And if that's true, we're prepared for that. Which is why I have my bear chart. My gay bear chart. I hope no one gets offended by me saying that. I know that's like kind of brain rot and insensitive, but it's not meant to be an insult. I'm just repeating with the crypto people repeat. But look, we're supposed to enter the peanut gallery now. And if we get stuck, we're going to have bear signals tell us when it's 100% about to go down. Look at this. We're prepared. Bear signal flash, 2-week Austin channel break, USDT drop, global M2 drop, Bitcoin breaks 70K, DMI breaks. Like, we're going to be so ready if it happens. And if it doesn't happen, then we make a new all-time high and you just FOMO back in. But when we get this bear signal and all these other symbols, the market is telling you, get ready because we're going down for the bottom. And if that's true, we shouldn't get over 104 by technically ever. But if we wick over 104 and it's March, it would still be bearish, I think. Why? Let me tell you why. Because you guys can see the chart is already made, right? When I put the stock RSI that we already talked about on the screen, it lines up perfectly. When we enter the peanut zone, the 2-week stock RSI never moves, right? We don't know what it's going to do this time. But if you look at 2022, it never went up. If we look at 2018, it never went up. But the weekly stock RSI did go up. You can see in 2021, whatever, it crossed bullish, we spiked up. In 2018, we crossed into the blue box, we spiked up. Now, it never hit overbought, but it still spiked up. So we're getting ready for the stock RSI to spike up now. So if the 2-week stock RSI comes up to overbought and it's February and we didn't make a new all-time high, that's the first time in the bull market that spiked up to overbought and you didn't make a new all-time high. That tells me it's not bullish anymore. Because you've done it every single time since the bottom. Why is it different this time? Because it's not a bull market anymore. But if it is a bull market, we'll go up and make a new all-time high. Dude, I'm just selling myself like, dude, we're about to nail this shit. Like, it actually sounds legit, doesn't it? It is. I just can't believe I'm saying it. But look, like, if the stock RSI comes up here and every single time this bull run, you've done that, you've made a new high. That is a fact. And it comes up here again and it doesn't make a new high and it gets stuck exactly where it's supposed to get stuck, then it's bearish and I have to make a move. I have to. So we're going to let it play out over the next couple months. The bulls are in control right now. But if this ends up playing out and we come back to 80K in March, that is time to strike. Because you would have a 100% confirmation it's about to go straight down. Maybe not immediately, but over the next 3 to 5 months. Because remember, if the top is in, then the top shifted over. Because it was in December in 2017, and the bottom was in December. It was in November in 2021. The bottom was in November. It was in October this time, so the bottom would probably be in October. But You don't go down in October. That's where the bottom is. You go down before that. So we would have to go down before October. And if we're at 100K in March, you can't really go down 70%. You got to start moving lower and then go down. So if we're stuck at 104 in 103 in March, you got to go down, which is why this chart is so imperative. And yes, at face value, it is a little overcomplicated. You could just say 4-year cycle, but I'm not trading the 4-year cycle. I don't give a shit about the 4-year cycle. Because for us, the 4-year cycle wrecked us. My Moonboy chart said, get the fuck out. And we didn't. Even though the 4-year cycle said we're bullish. So this chart says you got to get out by summer of 2028. No later than the end of the year of 2028. Guess what's at the end of 2028? Go look it up. 2029 is going to be like 2025. Fucked. Even though Bitcoin is bullish, MicroStrategy, I think MicroStrategy is going to top out in 2028. But I'm not worried about 2028. We're worried about now. So in the short term, the Moon Boys are in control. Maybe they're in control in the long term too. But the neutral indicators, the neutral indicators suggest that the bears have taken control and we're due for a bounce. You can see you printed a bear signal here. You hit the low Gaussian channel and then you were bullish for weeks to come. That's probably what's happening here. Bear signal, bottom of the channel, bullish for weeks to come. Now you can say, well, gay bear, you hit sell signal, but we never broke the moving average or the channel. Like, yeah, you wicked through it, but you bounced right off of it. We're literally at the bottom of the channel. Like, we can't go lower or it's so bearish that we're just going to go straight to 50,000. But we can't do that. We have to bounce. See, you got the bear signal. You broke the moving average. You broke the channel. And now we're sucked in the bear zone. So the conclusion to the live stream is this. It's projected that we're going to be bullish for the next 3 to 5 weeks. If we go up and make a new all-time high in the next 3 to 5 weeks, then the bears were wrong and it was a bull market the whole time. And you just saw something that's never happened before. And maybe that's possible. I can't come on here as a know-it-all saying that that is impossible. Maybe that happens. But you'll know that if the price of Bitcoin does this and it gets stuck where it's supposed to get stuck, then you know it's bearish. If it's bullish, we'll just go right up like this. Even if it doesn't just shoot up fast, but like if it's grinding higher and we're at 110 in March, you could still argue that it's bullish because 110, you're not even down 10% from the high. Yeah, I don't think we would get that high. I think if it's a bear market, you'd probably get stuck at like 103 max. And maybe it doesn't get that high. Again, everyone's saying bounce. Doesn't mean we can't get it, but what if it just does what 2018 did? That would be the worst case scenario, where it just does nothing. Then everyone loses because I can't get viewers. You can't get any exit scams. No one could trade because it's not moving. It's just doing nothing. But even then you would know it's bearish. Why? Because I already told you the stock RSI is going to bounce. So we're all on the team. We're all on Team Bull right now. If the stock RSI is up here and we don't make a new high, that tells me it's bearish and it's going to dump. I like that analysis. I'm sorry. I'm not an analyst, but that's literally as simple as it gets. Like you don't have to pay for a premium membership. Like you can literally see it with your own eyes. Every time in this bull market, we've made a new high. The stock RSI went to overbought. It is what it is. Here it didn't reach overbought. You didn't make a new high. So if this shit goes like this and we get stuck at anything other than the high, it's bearish. And that's the bottom line. 'Cause Stone Cold said so. Tiamat for 5 says, my only expectation is pain. I appreciate the 5. You don't have to have pain, bro. You don't have to. The bear, even if it's a bear market, you don't have to be in pain. You know? We're gonna get through this. Bull run or not, we're gonna get through this. All right, chat? Thank you for the support, man. We're getting better views now than we did when it was bullish. So I don't really care what happens. But make sure you do get your gay bear. I just yo, I lost more subs. What the hell? You guys unsubscribe to me, you fat bears. Fat bears unsubbed. Make sure you guys get your subs in, chat. All right, we're on the road to 540 subscribers. Fat bear is unsubscribed. So Dominic's here at the end of the live stream. Welcome to the end of the live stream. Do appreciate the support. As always, none of this is financial advice. Great stream today. My YouTube channel is growing, dude. Believe it or not, I have the most subs I've ever had. You guys couldn't grow all bull market. Now everyone wants to sub. I like it. That's good. Can't complain about the channel revenue. You guys are keeping the lights on. You guys are doing really, I really appreciate the support, man. Like I'm telling you, I go through other YouTubers' live streams and there's just nothing. But you guys are keeping the lights on. All the bears on. You guys never see that on X? I know I shouldn't say that because it's unprofessional, but it's a crypto joke. I don't actually believe in any of that stuff. I believe you're allowed to love who you want to love. You should love me. But I appreciate the subs. I appreciate the support, chat. You guys... Oh! What's my background? Oh, that's peaceful. I got exposed. Is that a gay background? Nah, the Brave browser changes the background whenever it wants. Let me show you the background. It's been popping up for the last couple of weeks. Look. This background showed up on November 20... No, this background showed up on November 2nd, chat. This was my Brave background. It's like they knew. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Oh, the fuck is this guy looking at? Who? Alright, chat. That's enough brain rot for today. Alright, chat. It's been a pleasure. Again, I hope I don't offend people when I say that. It's just a joke. But we'll be back tomorrow. So I do appreciate the support. Appreciate the super chats. As always, none of this is financial advice. For people who sent me crypto, is Kiddo still here? For anyone who sent me crypto, I have to tell you that I asked for permission and no one answered. I did liquidate my crypto that you guys sent me and I bought a jacket. So hopefully you guys don't get upset with me for buying a jacket. It's a nice little jacket. So, alright, chat. We'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate the support. None of this is financial advice. Go sub to all the stuff that you haven't subbed to. And I lost another sub. Wow. And bye.